Checking this thing out. Hello. Thank you for that. It's funny, because at the end of the day, I kind of feel like I shouldn't be here right now. I am this creative guy here at Media Innovation Day. I'm about to talk to you about a very, very scrappy project I worked on, a personal project. And I really have to laugh at that word innovation because I'm here to talk to you about a piece of direct mail. But I guess it's all what you do with it, right? I also shouldn't be here alone. I should be joined on stage by my good buddy and partner in this project, Jeff Marois. Jeff is a very talented copywriter, but he breaks into a cold sweat at the idea of speaking in public, so I agreed to be here today alone, but he deserves just as much credit for the work I'm about to share with you. And in fact, he's one of the main reasons I'm standing here today. Because last November, Jeff shot me an email. At the time, he was living in Los Angeles, and he wanted to let me know he was going to be home for the holidays. He was hoping that we could grab a beer, but more importantly, he was hoping I'd be interested in working with him on a personal project, a project around common sense gun laws. Because if you'll remember at that point in time, 2017 was the deadliest year for mass shootings in the United States of America. And at that time, we were talking in November, we were just off the heels of the Las Vegas shooting, the Sutherland Springs, Texas church shooting. And I bring these up because they are the headlines, they were the big ones, but it seemed like the kind of thing we were hearing about every week. And Jeff and I both agreed that that was really fucked up. So we set to work on a concept. And we didn't really know where it was going to take us at the time. We actually imagined that we'd have to find some sort of partner to make it a reality. But at the time, we were really just focused on the idea. And then, in February of this year, there was another mass shooting, this time in Parkland, Florida, at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. And while this could have been like all the other mass shootings, this one was a little bit unique in that in the days and weeks following it, we saw the students of that school really seize the moment and shine a spotlight on the problems with our country's gun laws. And we were really inspired by that. I mean, to see these kids ignite the nation, it made us realize that we needed to make our project a reality and that we didn't need anybody else to do it. So with our own time, our own money, our own resourcefulness, we set to work to solve a problem. And that's a problem we saw for these people. These are politicians who receive money from the NRA. Now, the photographs here are not all of them. This is the top 10 who have received the most funding throughout their careers. But there are many more, and you can go to our website and find out about them if you want. But the problem as we saw it is that these people take money from the NRA, and then they actively stand in the way of gun reform. All the while, every year, thousands of Americans are dying as a result of this unnecessary gun violence they could be preventing. These people, they have blood on their hands. And so Jeff and I created Blood on Your Hands Soap, a company specifically for NRA-funded politicians. And we decided that we wanted to send a message directly to those top 10 individuals that were photographed on the last slide. And we did it in the form of a gift box. Now, each gift box contained a lovely card explaining who we were, but more importantly, it contained 5 specialty soaps, each designed to clean off the filth that comes with NRA money, but also offering alternative, more sort of common sense ways to feel clean. So for example, the bump bar, the back of which reads, "You like power? Fuck yeah, you do. That's why we took our basic soap bar and bumped it up with a ridiculous amount of cleaning power. Was it necessary? No, but we did it anyway. If this doesn't work, maybe try supporting a bump stock ban to prevent people from making deadly weapons even deadlier." Or how about our bubble bath? Home is where the violence is. Selling out your fellow Americans for blood money can be stressful. Pop this in the bath and blast that stress to kingdom come. If this doesn't work, we suggest legislation that keeps guns out of the hands of domestic abusers, as the majority of mass shootings involve a link to domestic violence. Other soaps included Ivory Tower, which was a palate cleanser for those constantly regurgitating NRA talking points. Thin Republic Skin, a liquid soap for politicians sensitive to the mere idea of common sense gun laws. And finally, Soap for a Dope. These people have already lost their integrity. We don't want them to lose their soap now, do we? So 5 unique soaps. And if you hadn't noticed already, they were also designed with unique patterns, which, like the NRA's funding, might seem innocent enough from afar, but upon closer inspection, you'll see that they're actually quite dangerous. So we created these gift boxes and sent them out, but we wanted it to be something bigger, something that people could get involved with. So Jeff and I created a website where people could go, they could learn about the soaps. Politicians can actually come and request a gift box. We've only had one, I think it was fake. And, but more importantly, we gave people like yourselves the opportunity to go and tweet a gift box at one of the top 10 politicians that we had outlined or one of your choosing. And thanks to, a positive response in our own social networks, some really nice coverage from Adweek, people started doing just that, which you'll see there. So this is the point where I feel like you expect me to tell you about some sort of results, some sort of compelling outcome that happened, but I hate to tell you this, I don't think I really have anything for you here. And it's not because I'm just some lazy creative guy who couldn't be bothered to figure it out. I just don't think that the numbers would be all that compelling. And if I'm being honest here, what Jeff and I did was just a stunt. I mean, it was just a novel way to start a conversation. I don't think that we actually expected it to accomplish anything. Which kind of brings me back to my original point. I shouldn't be here today. And not for the reasons that I joked about. I shouldn't be here today because Jeff and I should have never been inspired to create this project. I also shouldn't be here because nobody should actually believe that a soapbox, real or digital, is going to change anything about the problems with our country. You are, which is the reason I agreed to speak here today. And that's that I wanted to ask all of you one small favor. And that's when you leave here today, I want you to make sure that you and everybody you know goes out and votes on November 6th for the kinds of politicians who are going to put the lives of American citizens in front of their own goddamn careers. Because you know what? Thank you. But you know what, people? It's easy enough to put the blame on them, but if you just sit back and do nothing and expect that things are going to change, then you also have blood on your hands. Thank you.